Welcome to News Today with Universal Parks News Today. I'm Eric Morton. I'm filling in for Tom Corliss, who is off planet right now. And here's the news for March 4th, 2022. Universal Orlando Resort has increased the price of all levels of annual passes. Each two-park annual pass increased by $50 for out-of-state guests. The new pricing for the out-of-state two-park annual pass is as follows. Two-park seasonal annual pass costs $3.99. Two-park power annual pass costs $449.99. Two-park preferred annual pass costs $499.99. Two-park premier annual pass costs $714.99. Florida residents save $100 on the seasonal, power, and preferred two-park passes and $115 on the two-park premier annual pass. The three-park passes also grant admission to Universal's Volcano Bay water theme park, and new pricing for the out-of-state three-park annual pass is as follows. Three-park seasonal annual pass costs $499.99. Three-park power annual pass costs $559.99. Three-park preferred annual pass costs $609.99, and three-park premier annual pass costs $904.99. Again, Florida residents save $100 on the seasonal, power, and preferred three-park passes and $115 on the two-park premier annual pass. It's time for the biggest party of the year at Universal Orlando Resort, and along with the Mardi Gras parade and concerts, food booths are back offering everything from shrimp boils to bubble waffles. We've tried it all and we have reviewed everything. Head on over to our site for the ultimate foodie guide for Mardi Gras at Universal Orlando Resort. Inside the Tribute store at Universal Studios Florida, you can now get your picture taken with the Wolfman at his new photo op. And the cool part is you can do it yourself. First, you scan the QR code on the sign and it brings you to the site showing you how to use the remote selfie. And then there is a page of tips and tricks on how to use the camera. It also tells you to crank up the volume so you can listen to audio instructions while striking poses. There is marking on the floor showing exactly where you should stand for the photo. You can see an actual dummy of the Wolfman. He'll be behind you. In the photo, the dummy Wolfman is replaced with a cartoon image of the Wolfman with Universal Parks and Resorts logo in the upper left corner. Signage for Shrek 4D has been removed from its old soundstage in Universal Studios Florida. The attraction was permanently closed as of January 10th, 2022. Billboards featuring Shrek characters used to cover the front of the soundstage. The faded and dirty walls show where the billboards used to be. The large light-up Shrek 4D sign that featured Shrek and Donkey has been removed from the entrance. Universal Orlando annual pass holders can find an exclusive affogato and spiked affogato at Guido's Gelato outside Louis' Italian restaurant. This is also where you can find the Italy booth for Mardi Gras. It's a busy day and we could use some caffeine, so let's give the spiked affogato a try. Well, it's vanilla gelato, espresso, and Kahlua. It costs $12, and you can find our review over on our site. The Souvenir glass has finally returned to Florian Fortescue's ice cream parlor in Diagon Alley. That's good news for me because I lost mine the last time I was there over at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. They have been unavailable since last July, but have finally returned to the fan favorite ice cream parlor. Whether you get the tasty butterbeer ice cream or a simple soft serve ice cream, you now have the option of getting your treat served in that Souvenir glass for an additional $1.50. This clear glass has the Florian Fortescue Ice Cream Parlor logo on one side and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter logo on the other. Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Hogsmeade will once again be available during early park admission beginning March 2nd. Early park admission is available to select Universal Orlando Resort guests, including some annual pass holders. Universal's Islands of Adventure will be open for early park admission 1 hour prior to park opening from March 2nd through at least April 17th. Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts and Despicable Me Minion Mayhem will be available during early park admission over at Universal Studios Florida from March 12th through 19th and April 11th through 17th. Earlier this month, the Hogwarts Express display at Universal's Islands of Adventure underwent a short refurbishment. The refurbishment lasted a couple of weeks and the construction walls are now gone. We didn't notice anything too different on the train, but we are glad to see it back on display for guests to take pictures with. New Harry Potter tote bags have appeared at Universal Orlando. Each tote bag represents a Hogwarts house, and we found them in Universal Studios store in City Walk. These tote bags have a black base with each house's corresponding colors, mascots, and phrases. The bag costs $45, and they go perfectly with the t-shirts that arrived just a couple weeks ago. New plush from Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald, have arrived at Universal Orlando Resort, and they're none other than these adorable baby Niffler plushes. There are two new baby Niffler plushes. One has orange and white fur, and the other has black and white fur. Nifflers are long-snouted magical creatures who want to steal anything shiny. Each plush has a tag that says Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald, in gold lettering. You can find these cuties at Islands of Adventure Trading Company for $18 each. Popeye and Bluto's Bilge Rat Barges has closed for refurbishment at Universal's Islands of Adventure. Walls have been erected around the attraction's entrance. It's not unusual for water rides such as Popeye and Bluto's Bilge Rat Barges to close briefly during the winter for just a quick refurbishment. Blue signs on the walls say "Set Enhancement in Progress." Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls has officially reopened at Universal's Islands of Adventure. Construction walls and scaffolding are now gone, and the log flume ride is back up and running. The attraction reopened just last week. While we were there, the attraction opened for about an hour, then must have had some sort of technical issues as it went down again for quite a bit of time. But it finally reopened again around 3:30 p.m. As soon as guests heard the log making a splash, well, they started running towards the attraction to get in line and get their crack at Ripsaw Falls. As of March 4th, Universal Studios Hollywood is no longer requiring proof of vaccination or a negative COVID-19 test for guests to visit. Fully vaccinated guests are not required to wear face masks as of last month. During our most recent trip to Universal Studios Hollywood, we spotted a black tent that had been erected in the area to the side of the parking structure on the back lot. It may be too early to say, but we're thinking maybe this is an early setup for Halloween Horror Nights. This same location had several mazes last year for Halloween Horror Nights, including The Haunting of Hill House and The Curse of Pandora's Box. The black tent looks mostly empty underneath, with the exception of what looks like some foundation pieces for a possible maze. There's also some yellow caution tape wrapped around the poles of the tent. The rest of the parking lot is mostly empty, with the exception of some trucks and dumpsters. For more information on these stories and more, head on over to universalparksnewstoday.com. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to Universal Parks News Today on YouTube for more great content, click the bell for notifications, and make sure to hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of News Today with Universal Parks News Today. For UPNT, this is Eric Morton saying the future is whatever you make it, so make it a good one.
From WDWNT, the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Park Center. Join us each week for news and discussion topics from the Disney and Universal theme parks around the world. We cover the top stories in a quick, concise, and fun format. Then our panel breaks down and debates some of the biggest issues and what they mean for us, the parks fans. From the latest announcements to openings and delays to scandals and snacks and merchandise and more, we cover it all in 90 minutes. Join us live every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/WDWNT, or watch episodes on demand anytime. Or subscribe to the audio version of the show on your favorite podcast app.